Michael Still, Brent McCaffer, Luke Wachinga and Joel Tolley with 1 for Eltham. The only multiple goal scorer, Tommy Carafa, with 2. And for Lower Plenty, 2 goals for Kieran Porter. He's their only multiple goal scorer. Tommy Keys, Ryan Gray, Clint Munger, Corey Sleep and Alex Alderton, all with singles. And we're just about ready to get underway here for the second half. The umpire is holding the ball aloft and we are underway once again. This is an absolute classic brewing here at Panther Places. Keys goes through the middle for Lower Plenty. He sends it back to Dorbolo by hand. His tumbling kick to half forward is not a bad one. Munger, he's been busy in the first half. Starts well again here in the second. Sends it up towards full forward. Darcy Barden caught out of position. Curry got spoiled by his own teammate there. Soccer off the ground from Taglieri. Mark was not paid there to Mackay. Had to go with it straight away. What a mark out the back to start the second half for Lower Plenty. Is that Ben Patterson who's taken the grab? I think it is.
Oh, he was out of position there, Patterson. He was behind the player, running in. Did very well not to give away a free kick in the mark, and it was just a fantastic contested mark and a good chance to get Lower Plenty a great start in this quarter.
Took it on the chest in the end. Out the back he was, Benny Patterson. He has been a goal sneak over the last couple of years for the Bears. Back in the side today, and that one's not his best. He's put that out to the right, but he does extend the lead by 1 behind. 7-5-47 Eltham, Lower Plenty 8-2-50.
Just a note, the goal umpires have come out with rain jackets, so there may be a bit of unfortunate weather coming to play in this third term. Anyway, at the back is Brovadani, kicks it to himself, kicks it now outside 50. Mark's almost taken there from Lower Plenty in Blake, but out the back of the pack, really congested and it's out of bounds actually at the moment. So Lower Plenty only up by 3 points at this stage. This is going to be a fantastic finish to what is the top of the table clash in A+ Labour Solutions Division 2. Umpires thrown it in. Blake and Reid. No clear tap out. Sacco is getting the tackle there. And ball's wrapped up once again. All the umpires paying a free here. Maybe for high contact. Going the way of Louis Glasgow, who's just on the right wing. Kicks it short. Finds his man. He's just on the outer side, just in front of the scoreboard. Kicks it long, looking for inside 50. Unfortunately, Blake almost pulling a mark there. Nolan now snaps it into the path of Tom Keys, who now looks out on the outer wing towards the commentary box. Sirianni's trying to chase it down, intercepted for Eltham, to no avail, however. Page, unfortunately, not getting the kick in. Goes to Sleep, however, Sleeps, and McCaffer just again. McCaffer just, whenever he's had the ball, he's been fantastic today. Ball's just been really congested here at the moment. Tom Keys able to find a way out, kick it inside 50 for Lower Plenty, but the fist was first taken by Matthew Keys, and then it was a mark, and now it's 50 metres. Another 50-metre penalty in this match going towards Matthew Keys. I think that's the second one for Eltham today. Could result in another goal. So
yeah, you're right. And that was
tell.
interesting by Matthew Keys. Punched the ball originally and then took the mark and he got a 50 for it as a reward.
So it's Curry moving on the outer side. That's a bullet pass to half forward. He finds Rogers. Rogers turns and goes off one step straight away. That's a beautiful pass. 2 bullets have gone coast to coast here for the Panthers, and Michael Still takes the lead. Takes the mark on the lead. 35 metres out. 45-degree angle, you would say.
Well, that's just textbook movement down the ground from Eltham. They were lucky to get that 50-metre penalty, but then 2 very good kicks, one to half forward and then one inside 450 to Michael Still. Just perfect for the Panthers, and a goal here would really set them up well in this second half.
So he's already kicked 10 goals in this. Is his 3rd game for the year. 10 goals for the season so far. This for number 11 and his 2nd of the day. Michael Still to give Eltham back the lead. Early stages here in the 3rd quarter. He's put it out to the left. Big let off there. 2-point ball game.
They've gone to 7-6 now, Eltham. They've had a few chances to get that scoreboard ticking, but there's been a lot of behinds in this quarter and most of the second quarter as well. Need to get it through the big sticks as much as they can to keep themselves ahead of Lower Plenty.
So it's Aiden Meal to bring it in from full back for the Bears. He's got Tommy Blake calling for it here on the near side. Kicks to himself. Gives himself 10 metres there. Gets a shepherd from a teammate and he's coughed it up. That is dangerous play there. Now it's a chance here for Still to McCaffer. Goes to check side. Off one step. And that is all class from Brent McCaffer. He's kicked his 2nd ripper of the afternoon and he gives Eltham the lead.
Sound like a broken record the way we've been calling Brent McCaffrey so far today. He's just been outstanding. The way he's been finding the ball. Bit of magic in the end with the goal as well, the outside of the boot. But it's just been fantastic. And it all started with that Eltham pressure from the back line. Lowell Plenty didn't really know what to do when they were coming out from the back there. Looked a bit worried, looked a bit confused. And Eltham just sprung on the opportunity. And finally they got a goal to show their reward for effort. And then finally they're going to hit the lead here with the 4-point margin. It's going to be interesting to see whether they can keep it up though.
Well, Meal failed to identify that Tommy Blake, the big ruckman, had a mismatch at half back, and he didn't go for the long kick down the line, just ran himself into a bit of trouble there. As he said, the pressure was outstanding from the Eltham forwards and created the chance for McCaffrey.
That's Meal's second stuff up, kicking in from Lower Plenty's back line.
Experienced player Meal, 26 years of age. Kick there from Reid, found Taglieri, slapped it on, and now Glasgow's got it running inside forward 50. He got tackled, but he was still able to get his kick away. But the pressure from that kick has probably stopped it from being a goal. On the full forward line, they're still keeping it alive here. Still finally gets knocked over the line. So it's one rush behind. 5-point ball game. 8-7-55 is Eltham. Lower Plenty 8-2-50.
How about the core strength from Lewis Glasgow just then? He's been dragged down by the jersey and still have to take a couple of steps and get that kick off. Really good from Glasgow.
Nearly got enough distance on it for a goal as well. So he's a strong bull of a man. Louis Glasgow, just a young fella at 21 years of age, but as we've seen with a few of these Eltham players, Eltham youngsters, they play a bit bigger than their age suggests. Neither ruckman could win that one convincingly. Ball flicked out the back. Hinchcliffe has taken it for Lower Plenty. He's got to concede a bit of ground, and then a curling kick, dangerous one into the corridor at Eltham's forward 50. Going after it is Meal. He couldn't pick it up cleanly either. Carafa trying to paddle it for himself. He's got a bit of support there in Sirianni. Now a curling kick around the corner from Freeman. Keeps the ball in a dangerous area for the Panthers. Oh, and taken down in a huge tackle by O'Sullivan is the Lower Plenty defender. Had time and space to get rid of it. Just couldn't see any options further afield. And O'Sullivan, we've mentioned him a couple of times, a welcome addition back into this Eltham lineup. Senior player, has missed a bit of footy recently, but back in the side. And without Anton Woods in the team, that experience has been much appreciated for the Panthers faithful.
And that player there all started with Sirianni. Yes, he wasn't able to get the ball, but the pressure that he applied was fantastic.
If he puts this one through, it's the biggest lead of the match for the Panthers. Is it working its way back? It is. It looked like it was going right, but it snuck back home. And it's an 11-point lead, game-high lead for the Panthers. It is 61 plays 59, 7-61 to Lower Plenty 8-2-50.
We'll just go quickly to Meadows Greyhounds Division 1, and it's still a close battle in Northcote. Northcote 6-3-39, Greensborough 5-7-37, Montmorency 11-3-69, Hurstbridge 7-2-44. West Preston with a strong lead, a close lead rather, 7-2-44 to Heidelberg, 5-5-35. And Whittlesea kicked a couple of goals, but they still trailed to Bundoora. Bundoora 10-8-68, Whittlesea 6-2-38.
Reid and Blake in the ruck. Reid was able to get the tap out and he's able to crumb his own work, but he's tackled immediately by Tom Keys. Ball still in possession. Umpire finally going to ball it up just a little bit away from the centre circle. Reid and Blake again. Blake able to get the tap out. Taglieri almost won the clearance there. Tackled, wrapped up immediately. Ball up once again. Pressure has been outstanding from both sides yet again. McCaffrey just pushing his opponent off the ball, and it's a free kick going the way of Tom Keys. McCaffrey just manhandling Tom Keys off the ball. So Tom Keys is going to send it inside 50 in the direction of Ben Patterson, but unfortunately Mark not able to be taken there.
So lowered the eyes a lot better in that first quarter going forward. They have been just bombing away a little bit since then.
So that's Bronson Glasgow giving it into Taglieri, who looks to McCaffrey, who takes the brilliant mark just on the centre wing right in front of our commentary box. Looks inside, finds Tommy Rogers, who marks. Hand passes it almost immediately, and Tom Keys has bumped. It's Jesse Freeman off the ball. Umpire looked like he might have wanted to report him, but decides not to. So
well done,
Jesse Freeman.
Well done to Freeman for getting back up there.
That's what you like to see, get him straight back up. Jesse Freeman right on the synthetic cricket pitch, kicks it inside 50. Nolan's there in front, and he takes the mark. Brilliant contested grab there from Nolan, who hand passes it to Lockie Jepson, who's able to find its way to Ryan Gray, who just keeps it in, but it's intercepted here by Eltham. Kicks inside 50. no one's able to really get a mark. Tolly was able to get it somehow. Finds its way to Carafa, who's able to give it to Wachinga, who has a little snap from about 5 metres out, very tight angle, and wasn't able to put it through for a goal. One behind there to Eltham, 9-8-62. Lower Plenty, 8-2-50.
I believe that's his second or third behind now for Wachinga, so he's had plenty of opportunities in front of goal, just hasn't been able to kick as many goals as he'd like.
Lowell Plenty move off half-back, long kick down towards the wing. Marking target, Barden couldn't take it. Curry did it well, worked it back to Freeman. Big tackle laid. That time by Sleep has turned the ball over again here for Lowell Plenty, but Barden is wrapped up in a two-man tackle. But he didn't have prior opportunity, so the umpire says, I'll throw it up.
Didn't need to take the advantage there. They had the free kick behind the ball, and just match awareness there, not able to go back and take the free kick. Could cost Lowell Plenty here.
Dead centre wing, outer side here at Eltham Central. Blake wrapped up in a big tackle by Taglieri. Munga got in there at ground level, tapped it out wide. Eltham just paddling the ball towards the boundary. McKay is there for Lowell Plenty in the boundary line. Eventually gets the ball over it.
Just on that, Lowell Plenty have been rushing the ball a lot early in this quarter. As you said, it's exemplified by that advantage. They should have just taken the advantage there, but they just didn't do it. And disappointing for Lowell Plenty. They just need to calm down a little bit, lower the eyes, like you said, Tommy, and find a way to get a couple of goals on the board.
Flicked out by Barden. Munga is going to run onto it. He's got Rogers for company, so he throws it on the boot straight away. Deep inside 450, Patterson. Good mark in the forward pocket. Missed his last shot on goal. So be a little bit down on confidence. This is an even tougher kick. Hemmed up on the boundary. He's going to have to go the hooking right foot snap around the corner. We're about 20, 25 metres out. It's high. Don't think it's going to score. It drops just on the line. And Eltham numbers there to take it over through for a rush behind. There's no one there for Lowell Plenty on the goal line to put pressure on that aerial contest and bring the ball to ground. 4 or 5 Eltham numbers there, though, to belt it through for a behind. And Glasgow comes out from half-back. It could have been a free kick against Eltham for a holding a man off the marking contest off the ball, but it wasn't paid, so Eltham go through the middle. Rogers has got it now. Rogers pumping left foot kick. Still almost took the mark. He overtook 2 men on the lead there from Lowell Plenty. Curling kick from Still is... Oh, it's a great, courageous mark there at the back for Lowell Plenty. A desperately needed one there by Aidan Meal. And he's got it in the left back pocket, and he goes long down the line.
No mark able to be taken. However, it was Freeman at the back of the pack who finds its way to a teammate who's able to kick it to Brent McCaffer, who's going to line up almost directly in front, you'd say, about 40 metres out. So you'd back him in from here, Brent McCaffer, to kick what would be his 3rd goal of the day. And just quickly with McCaffer, he hasn't had that much of the footy today, but when he has looked a class above the rest.
Yep.
He's just finding time and space. It's just as if time stops, like Scott Pendlebury per se, but he's been fantastic today. Anyway, McCaffer coming in, he's kicking it from 48 out, looks good off the boot, and it's another one for the Panthers. Fantastic goal from Brent McCaffer. That's his 3rd goal of the day. Eltham now moved to 10-8-68 to Lowell Plenty 8-3-51, and as a blood rule, Tom Rogers coming off the ground.
Well, it's the questions now. What do Lowell Plenty do to get this lead back? Tom Keys, Thomas Blake rather, has been outstanding in the ruck, but their midfielders haven't been able to find their hands on the footy. It's been Eltham getting the clearances so far. They lead at 3 clearances to 2. If they need to get back in this game, they need to win the midfield battle again like they did in the first half. Do that, and you can trust their forward 50 to get the ball and get the goal. But for so far, Eltham look really strong.
Yeah, real danger sides here, signs for Lowell Plenty if they cannot. Oh, there's a big hit in the middle of the ground. It's going to be a free kick to Lowell Plenty, so they might be able to start something here. But it is danger signs if they can't put some scoreboard pressure on soon. Long kick up towards Keys. Getting in front was Sinclair, dropped the mark, but he goes on with it and then kicks on the left foot, knocks it up towards half forward. Nolan able to just knock it over the boundary line round the ground in A+ Labour Solutions Division 2.
Diamond Creek getting a strong lead over Banyule there, 12-6-78, Banyule 3-8-26. Epping still over the top with Fitzroy. They got a couple of goals over the Stars there, 8-10-58, Fitzroy 5-4-34, and Thomastown 11-10-76 to Watsonia 2-5-17.
And now here's Curry of the Sean variety charging onto the ball after the stop. He's tried to find O'Sullivan. Now charging through off half-back is Nolan. How did he get rid of it? Not sure. Had a teammate who got stripped of the ball as soon as he had it. Big tackle laid there on Glasgow at the bottom of the pack. It's a hot footy once again.
That's Jepson there, who's pulling up a bit groggy there. I think he might have got an accidental knee to the head, but he's back up and running. Good signs for Lower Plenty.
17-point margin the way of the Eltham Panthers. At the top of the table, Eltham Panthers. It's the 3 goals of Brent McCaffer that is separating the game at the moment. As the ball tumbles out towards Freeman, takes it on the bounce, turns away. Great turn of speed it was there from Freeman to get away from his direct opponent. Up towards Curry. McCaffer's in there. Can he set something up? He finds the loose man in Glasgow. He's got Bronson Glasgow in the middle. Louis to Bronson, and then Bronson along towards full forward. Still's on the move. Can he pick it up at ground level? He does, but he was swamped in a big tackle as soon as he had it. And the ball's eventually ushered over the boundary line. It's going to be thrown in.
Here comes the rain.
Yeah, the rain. Goal umpires were able to predict it, so they got the rain jackets on, so they're all warm and cosy, but we're lucky we're under here, so we're fine for the moment being anyway. Boundary umpire throws it in. It's Wachinga in the ruck for Eltham. Dorbolo was able to get a quick kick out, was able to go to Tolley, who kicks it inside, tries to get a goal, but rushed through from Lower Plenty.
It's Jordan Jackson on the last line of defence, just knocking it through for a rush behind. So the score's now Eltham 10-8, 68. Oh, 10-9, 69. 18-point leaders. It's an even 3 goals. 8-3, 51, Lower Plenty. Kick comes out from fullback. Numbers converge on it straight away as the ball hits the deck. And it's going to be thrown up once again.
If it is light rain at the moment, but if it does get any heavier, it's going to be a bit worrying for Lower Plenty. They're a very tall side and need marks inside 50 to get the scoreboard ticking for them. So it'd be tough for them if it does continue to rain.
Knocked out the back by Evans. Hands and knees. O'Sullivan got taken high. He's going to get a free kick. He's already got one in this term. This one perhaps a little bit too far out to score for the 29-year-old. So he just puts it to the hot spot. So a bit of a grubber ball. Doesn't really favour any of his teammates. And they can clean up off the back here. Lower Plenty, if they are clean, that's the word they need to be. They did it pretty well there with the handball. Run and carry off half-back. Nolan's got it. He sends it long towards a big pack of players. Keys, very clean with the hands, and then bursts away from the tackle. Sends it back to Gray. He has to get rid of it. He couldn't. Holding the ball. The Eltham tackling. This Eltham midfield juggernaut. We know it's got so much depth. It is showing its wares here at the start of the second half. And it's Bronson Glasgow who pumps it long towards centre half forward. Still makes good position and clunks it. And he's paid it. May have just dropped it there at the last second, but he had enough of it for it to be paid, certainly.
He's been a great target for Eltham early in this second half. He's had probably 2 or 3 runs at the ball where he's looked really strong, a lot stronger than he did in that first half. And it adds another dimension to Eltham's forward line. They have Wachinga already up there who's having a strong game, but if you add Still who's taking good contested marks, there's just really no stopping this Eltham side.
Missed one from a similar distance on the other side of the ground earlier in the quarter. Maybe a second opportunity can fare better for Michael Still. In he comes from about 45 metres. Kicks it straight as an arrow. And Eltham fans are absolutely loving that. They get their 11th goal here, the Panthers. They move to 11-9, 75. Game high lead, 24 points over Lower Plenty, 8-3, 51. Real danger signs for Lower Plenty around the grounds.
Heidelberg Golf Club Division 3 and that game in Panton Hill is all set and done there at the away team. In fact, they're 13-11-89. Reservoir just 1-2-8. Mernda, a close lead against Kilmore. They're 9-4-58. Kilmore 6-5-41. And South Morang Lorimer seem to be still a tight tussle. South Morang do have the 8-point lead. They're 6-8-44. Lorimer 5-6-36.
This is it for Lower Plenty. They have to get some scoreboard pressure right here and now, especially if the rain is coming. They cannot afford to be chasing a 4-goal lead at three-quarter time if there is some rain bearing down. Keys kicks off half-back. That is Matt Keys of Eltham. Sends it up towards the wing. Laurie flew Hinchcliffe at ground level. He's set upon by a couple. Outer side of the ground, right in front of the scoreboard. 24-point margin. Nearly ticking into time on. 19 minutes gone here, third quarter. And since quarter time, Eltham have really put the squeeze on the Bears. Keys charging through. Freeman had his hands on it. Glasgow comes away. He'd be close to best on ground here. Sends it back to Carafa, who's a wily operator. Bronson Glasgow, the 1-2, and then the delivery inside forward 50, just over the head of Still. And that one, oh, is that a deliberate out of bounds? Page has just knocked that straight for the line. The umpire has given him the benefit of the doubt. It's going to be a boundary throw-in. Don't often see the deliberate paid at this level. AFL level, that one certainly would have been a free kick. one knocked down by Still doing the ruck work. And Congestion wins out once again. It's going to be yet another stoppage. Real danger signs here. I've said that a couple of times for Lowell Plenty, but the ball once again is locked in the Eltham forward half. Carafa is trying to swoop on it. Lower under immense pressure, moving the ball off half-back. Tommy Rogers slips a tackle, sends a handball out to a man who was under pressure straight away in Avramov. There'll be another stoppage, this time 65 metres out from the Eltham goal.
Evans in the ruck. So is Porter. Evans has win the tap out to Bronson Glasgow, who's tried to find his teammate, wasn't able to. However, it's Taglieri, who kicks it inside 50, and he's found a mark.
How did he do that?
To Carafa. Unbelievable stuff. Taglieri, he was ragdolled off the ball, somehow got a kick, hacked it inside forward 50, and it is Thomas Carafa who's able to line up here to put through Eltham's 12th goal of the day, potentially sealing the match.
Acrobatic from Taglieri, the kick over his head, and it lands straight in the lap of Carafa. I'd tear my hamstring if I tried that.
Carafa comes in, kicks on its way, looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Looks very good.
No.
Wasn't able to get through. It's a behind. Yes, I believe it might have hit the post. Yes, it has.
It just dipped really late. It looked like it was going to get the journey and then just plummeted down.
Wind might have just picked up. Anyway, Nolan taking over the kicking duties from Meal. Nolan kicks it out. Huge pack forming there. Tim Curry in front there for Eltham. Wasn't able to take the grab. However, Tom Rogers at the back just gets a handball to Bronson Glasgow, who kicks it into the path of Evans. High up and under kick into the forward 50. Huge fist there from Greg Page, who's able to take it out of bounds as well, just on the outer side here at Eltham Central Park.
Well, Wachinga and Steele have been the difference for Eltham. They need to find that for Lower Plenty. I reckon they need to get some forward lines. Kieran Porter's got a couple already, but they need him and they need Keys and they need Sleep to be some
Darcy
target
Barton.
forwards and Barton in that forward 50 if they're ever going to be a chance of getting back in this contest.
Carafa at ground level somehow squirts out a handball to Bronson Glasgow, to Louis Glasgow, to Laurie, who takes the mark 40 metres out. Tough angle. Can kick a goal, Laurie.
We're seeing goals again kicked here from this pocket today, so it's not without his reach.
Just the 22 years of age. 23rd game for Jai Laurie. This will be his first goal of the afternoon if he can put it through. Hemmed up deep on the boundary line, about 40 metres out. He's made a good fist of it. I'll tell you what, the Panthers are on. They are flying here in this third quarter, and that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. It's out to beyond 5 goals now. Eltham 12-10, 82, 31-point leaders over Lower Plenty, 8-3-51. It has been a demolition in this third quarter. 22 and a half minutes gone. Can Lower get back into this one, or is it going to continue this Eltham onslaught?
Well, we've been talking about that forward 50. It's the marks around the ground. So far, Eltham have had 10 marks inside 50 compared to Lower Plenty with just the 6. But in that particular instance, in the second and third quarters combined, Eltham have had 9 marks inside 50 compared to 4. And that's been the difference. It's just their ability to use the space inside 50, to find the targets and to find the chance for goals. The more marks you get inside 50, the more chances you'll get.
Here they go again. The clearance comes to Tolley. He sends it to Still. Trying to rove it off his hands was O'Sullivan. McCaffer knocks his direct opponent out of the way. Carafa to O'Sullivan. He sends it towards the goal squared. Numbers are all with Lower. Good mark taken by Page. And they're trying to run it out of half-back. Little chip ball. Finds Gray in the back pocket. He goes over the top to Dorbolo. He's searching for Mackay. O'Sullivan to contest. Mackay stood under it and rose to take the mark. Both hands in the air. Looking for an option down the line. He sends it long, 2-on-2, coming across the front. Almost the mark taken there by Riley. Bursting through was Rogers. He got a high one. So he's going to have it at half-back, and this has been the story of the quarter. Eltham not letting Lower Plenty get it past their halfway line, and even when they do, they're pretty quick to get the game back on their terms. They have controlled this whole third quarter, the Eltham Panthers. O'Sullivan moves it up to Tolley. Tolley goes towards half forward. That's a good mark at half-back. Porter stepped up in the first quarter, and he needs to step up again here in the second half. He did just then. Dorbolo's dropped an absolute sitter at centre half back in the corridor. Not where you want to drop it, but He didn't let the ball break free. The Eltham numbers were converging, but he was able to lock it in.
Watch McCaffer here. He's pretty good at these stoppages. He's been doing it all day. See the way he moves through the ball, and he might have a chance to get another one here.
Evans belted out towards the umpire, nearly copped a bit of contact there, the umpire from the players. Taglieri trying to strip Jackson of the footy. Another stoppage, similar position. McCaffer still dangerous, as Nick just alluded to. Evans out into space. Picking up is Porter. Handed it off to Nolan. Banana, check side from the big man out towards the boundary. And it is going to get there. And it's going to be thrown in. So 25 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Eltham has blown this one open to 31 points. 12-10, 82 leading Lowell Plenty. 8-3, 51. Looks like at this stage it's going to be the Panthers who remain undefeated at the end of the day. And of course that means they will maintain their top spot in A+ Labour Solutions Division 2. Keys at the bottom of the pack for Lowell Plenty. Can't get it out. It'll be thrown up once again, outer side.
Evans and Porter again in the ruck. Porter able to win the tap out, however, it's into the path of Tolley, who has his kick smothered. And that's the 3/4 time siren. Eltham, fantastic quarter, almost blowing out the match at this stage. 12-10, 82 to 8-3, 51. Boys, is it done and dusted, or are Lower still a chance in this match?
Well, not the way that quarter was played. It was Eltham 3 goals, Lowell Plenty couldn't get a goal on the board. So they're going to have to do a lot right in this last quarter to turn things around. The Eltham pressure